Students who pass the test online will receive a receipt, instructions, and all required forms to apply for a learner permit. Students who are at least age 16 can bring their receipt and completed forms to any state or county motor vehicle office to apply for a learner permit. Students who fail the test can retake it online as often as the school allows. The learner permit. When you pass the vision and written tests and pay your fees, your learner permit will be issued and you may begin learning to drive. Every time you practice driving, you must be accompanied by a licensed driver at least 21 years old who has a license valid for the type of vehicle you are driving. There are special restrictions for a learner under 18 years old. Please see the publication, Learner Permits and Junior Licenses, C41, which is available from the DMV Internet Office, by request from a DMV call center, or at any motor vehicle office. Depending on your age when you apply, your permit will be valid for 3 to 5 years. When you pass the road test, your new license will expire on the same date as your permit would have expired. However, if you have an existing license or permit and are applying for a permit for a different class of license, the new permit will be valid for 1 year only. In this case, when you submit your permit application, be sure to ask about special procedures you must follow. Preparing for the road test. Safe drivers, confident in today's traffic situations, often find their amount of practice driving before the road test had made a positive difference when they took the road test. Before you take the test, it is very important that you have had at least 30 hours of driving practice, with at least 10 hours in moderately heavy traffic. Road tests are given on city streets, but you also should practice driving on expressways and other types of highways. We suggest you take a high school or college driver education course, or lessons from a DMV licensed driving school. If you cannot take a course or lessons, have the person who teaches you brush up by reading parts 2 and 3 of this manual. You may not practice driving in a DMV road test area or on any restricted roads. In New York City, these include any street within a park and all bridges and tunnels under the jurisdiction of the Triborough Bridge and Tunnel Authority. In Westchester County, the streets and roadways you are prohibited from practice driving on include these parkways: Cross County, Hutchinson River, Sawmill River, and Taconic State. Safe driving course requirement. Before you can make a road test appointment, you must first complete an approved pre-licensing safe driving course. This requirement is automatically fulfilled as part of every high school or college driver education course. All other drivers must complete this requirement by taking a special 5-hour course available at most professional driving schools. To locate where this course is offered, look in the yellow pages of your local telephone directory under Driving Instruction. After you take the course, you will receive a certificate to present when you make your road test appointment. The certificate is valid for 1 year. Note: a defensive driving course taught through the DMV Certified Point Insurance Reduction Program does not qualify as the required 5-hour classroom pre-licensing course. The road test. In most areas of the state, you must make your road test appointment by telephone at 1-518-402-2100. You must have your pre-licensing course completion certificate or driver education course student certificate of completion, MV-285, before you schedule your appointment. During your call, you will be informed whether or not your local motor vehicle office participates in the road test telephone appointment program. A non-participating office may schedule your appointment in person or by postal mail. In that case, bring or mail your permit and course completion certificate to your local motor vehicle office. You also may schedule your road test through the DMV Internet office at www.nysdmv.com. If you cannot be at the road test site at the appointed time for a non-commercial driver license, except non-CDL Class C, you may request to reschedule your road test appointment. You must make this request at least 24 hours before the scheduled test date. Call the road test appointment telephone number 1-518-402-2100, visit the DMV Internet office, or contact the local non-participating office wherever you made the original appointment. The DMV may cancel road tests due to poor weather. You may call the road test appointment telephone number or contact your local motor vehicle office where you made your original appointment for announcements of road test cancellations. For all junior drivers with permits, a DMV motor vehicle license examiner will conduct the road test. You must give the license examiner your photo learner permit, your 5-hour pre-licensing course completion certificate, or your student certificate of completion, and a completed certification of 20 hours of supervised driving. The certification of 20 hours of supervised driving is available from the DMV Internet office, by request from a DMV call center, or at any motor vehicle office. With this statement, your parent or guardian certifies that you have completed at least 20 hours of practice driving with an appropriate supervising driver. Please see the chart Regional Restrictions for a Junior Permit for further information. This certification is not required if you are age 17 and present a valid student certificate of completion issued to you for passing a state-approved high school or college driver education course. You must bring a vehicle to drive during the road test. The vehicle must be properly registered, inspected, insured, and equipped, and in good working order, including doors and seat belts. The passenger side seat belt must be readily available and clean for the examiner's use. If you drive to the road test site, you must also bring an accompanying driver who is at least 21 years old and holds a license valid for operating the vehicle you will drive during the road test. Motorcycle applicants must bring a car or truck and an accompanying licensed driver to transport the license examiner during the test. If you pass your road test during your first 6 months of valid permit status, you will be issued a limited junior license, limited class DJ or MJ. This limited license is subject to the regional restrictions shown in the chart Regional Restrictions for a Limited Junior License. When your learner permit and limited license combined are valid for 6 months, the DMV will automatically send you a full junior license by mail. If you pass your road test after 6 months of valid permit status, you will be issued a full junior license. See the chart Regional Restrictions for a Junior License for further information. For all other drivers with permits, when you take your road test, you must give the license examiner your photo learner permit, your 5-hour pre-licensing course completion certificate, or your student certificate of completion. As described for junior drivers with permits issued on or after September 1, 2003, you must also provide a vehicle to drive during the road test and an appropriately licensed driver. When you qualify for a non-commercial license Class C, D, DJ, E, M, or MJ, the examiner will issue you a printed receipt. This receipt plus your photo learner permit together will serve as a temporary license valid for 90 days. Your new photo license will arrive in the postal mail within 3 to 5 weeks. Note to motorcyclists: if you already have another class of driver license and a motorcycle operator's learner permit, the DMV will waive your motorcycle road test if you complete a Motorcycle Safety Foundation motorcycle rider course. To qualify for the waiver, the course must be given by a provider who is certified by the Motorcycle Association of New York State, Incorporated.